Hey Orlando homeowners, welcome. Keeping your house looking great around here can feel like a full-time job, right? Well, today we're going to dive deep into what makes renovating in Orlando so unique. We'll talk about the common traps people fall into, the best materials to use for our crazy Florida weather, and what a successful project really looks like. We're even going to look at how one local company, TJ Handyman, tackles these exact challenges. So let's jump right in.
So does this sound familiar? You've got a project in mind, maybe it's a kitchen update or just fixing that one annoying thing, but you feel totally stuck. It's like you've got two choices and neither of them are great. You can call a massive contractor and brace yourself for a sky-high quote, or you can try to do it yourself and risk turning your weekend into a total disaster that costs you even more to fix. It's a classic headache for so many of us here in Central Florida.
All right, so let's talk about Orlando's Renovation Challenge. Why is it so hard to find that sweet spot? Let's break down what's really going on in the local market.
Okay, so you've got these two extremes. On one side, you have the big box contractors. You know the ones. They've got huge overhead, we're talking sales teams, fancy offices, fleets of trucks, and guess who pays for all that? Yep, it gets baked right into your quote. Plus, they're often chasing those giant, massive projects, so your smaller job might not get the attention it deserves. Then you have the DIY route. It looks tempting, right? I'll save a ton of money, but one wrong cut, one bad measurement, and suddenly you're out a ton of cash on wasted materials, and you're probably calling a pro to fix the mess anyway. So frustrating.
But what if there's a better way? Check this out. This is from a homeowner, Mark, right in Dr. Phillips. He said TJ Handyman transformed his kitchen in just 3 days and for half the price of another quote he got. This is proof. It shows you don't have to choose between going broke and, well, breaking your house. There's a smarter way to do this.
Okay, let's get into something that's absolutely crucial for anyone doing work on their home here. We're talking about the Florida factor in renovations. Because let's be real, fixing things up in Orlando is a whole different ballgame than anywhere else.
So if you live here, you've probably seen these three issues firsthand. First up, settlement cracks. That's all thanks to our lovely sandy soil. Then there's the moisture and mildew. When the humidity is at 80%, it feels like you're in a constant fight, especially in bathrooms. And finally, the Florida heat effect. That intense sun just melts cheap glues and makes low-quality materials fall apart. A quick cheap fix just isn't going to cut it here. It simply won't last.
And this is what we mean by the Florida factor. It's not just a buzzword. It's about being smart and playing the long game. You have to pick materials and use techniques that are specifically designed to handle our heat, our humidity, and our soil. True savings isn't about the cheapest price today. It's about not having to pay to fix the same exact thing again in 2 years. That's what really matters.
So, let's look at some real-world examples. For flooring, you really want to avoid cheap carpet or even some woods that just can't handle the moisture. Luxury vinyl plank, or LVP, is a game changer because it's waterproof. For countertops, granite is beautiful, but you have to keep sealing it. Quartz, on the other hand, is non-porous, so you don't have to worry about it. And hey, even your paint finish matters. A matte finish can actually trap moisture, whereas a satin or semi-gloss helps repel it. It's these little details that make a huge difference in the long run.
Okay, so knowing all this, how do you get the best bang for your buck? Let's talk about smarter upgrades that give you incredible value. We're talking about changes that make your home look amazing without having to knock down walls. Take the kitchen, for instance. A total gut job can be a nightmare and super expensive. But a kitchen facelift? This can totally change the look and feel of the room. Think about it. Professional cabinet painting, some slick new modern hardware, a beautiful backsplash, and maybe some new LED lighting. It's a huge transformation, and something like this can be done in just a few days. Wow! And you can do the exact same thing in the bathroom. You don't need to move pipes around to get that spa-style feel. Just imagine swapping out that old vanity for a new one, getting rid of the shower curtain for a clean, frameless glass panel, and putting in a rainfall shower head. Boom! The whole vibe of the room changes, just like that. And it's not just about these big impact facelifts. A really good service handles all the other stuff too. The essential things, like drywall repair, and that includes matching those tricky wall textures we have all over Florida, plus painting, flooring, and even little things like assembling furniture or doing seasonal maintenance. It's about having one trusted person for the whole to-do list.
The biggest takeaway here is to not let small problems turn into huge, expensive disasters. If you see something that needs fixing, it's best to get on it. And if you need help right now, like today, it's good to have a number you can count on. For immediate help, you can just call this number, 321-424-8590.
Okay, so having the right skills and materials is one thing. But honestly, trust is everything, right? You're letting someone into your home.
So let's talk about what that professional experience should really look like. Let's look at the TJ Handyman Promise.
So here's a simple 5-step plan to make your Orlando Reno totally stress-free. First, audit your space. Make a list of every single thing. Second, prioritize that humidity-proof flooring like LVP. Third, remember that paint is king. It's the best bang for your buck. Fourth, fix any drywall issues before you paint for that clean, modern look. And finally, step 5, call on a pro like TJ Handyman to make sure it's all finished perfectly.
And when you hire a pro, here's what you should absolutely demand. 1, a clear quote. No surprises, no hidden fees. Ever. 2, respect for your home. They should keep it clean, period. 3, real-time communication. You should never have to wonder what's going on. And 4, a clean finish. When they leave, the only thing left behind should be a beautiful job well done. They should take all the trash with them.
All right, let's wrap this up. It's time to start your home refresh. That to-do list you've been staring at, it doesn't have to be stressful. You really can get that new home feeling again right here in Orlando.
Look, at the end of the day, you just want to love the home you're in. You want it to look good and work for you. And getting there is probably a lot easier and more affordable than you think. Your beautiful, stress-free home really is just one call away.
So the final question is for you. Are you ready? Ready to boost your home's value and, maybe more importantly, to finally cross everything off that nagging to-do list? Now you know how to make the smart choices to get it done right. If you're ready to get started, you can get a totally free estimate from the folks we've been talking about, TJ Handyman Services. Just give them a call at 321-424-8590, or you can check out their website at tjhandymanservicesllc.com. Thanks so much for joining me today.